fans, and thank you for joining me again. It's lovely to have you. And today I'll be talking about something that many of us tend to feel repulsed by. Eye service. Now, to non-Nigerians, eye service simply means, making sure that whatever work you're doing gets seen by those that need to see it. So, for instance, let's say in a workplace environment, that would be, making sure that the boss always sees you busy. You might want to go the extra mile and be the kind of person who comes in once in a while to chit chat with him, find out how his family is doing. You might be the kind of person who wants to grab his briefcase as soon as he's stepping out of the vehicle. Quite a bit of, obsequious behavior, pandering to the man at the top and so on and so forth. So in Nigeria, we call that eye service. You're literally servicing the eyes. Eye service, is it important? Does it matter in the scheme of things? Does it move you from point A to point B? I would say yes. Before you cut me up and throw me to the dogs, let me explain. The only time for me when eye service is bad is if you're actually not putting in the work. You only get up and, put up a show when you notice that the boss is around and things like. For me, that's the kind of eye service I don't like. But if you're actually doing the work, please don't let anybody take the glory for what you do. A silent achiever kind of something. No, leave it somewhere else. It's not a philosophy that you need in your life. I used to have that philosophy. I guess I was lucky. Maybe God was on my side or something. I was this kind of person who would come to work, deliver my, do my work to the best of my ability, which was usually putting in 110% of effort. If you gave me an assignment, if it failed, it means the circumstances were beyond my control. I was that kind of person. And I felt it was enough. And I was lucky. I had the kinds of bosses for whom it was enough. But you see, I found that there were people who were putting in, let's say 50% of the work, and were still in very good standing with the people at the top. You know why? They were good at going the extra mile with regard to, I don't know, I guess I should call it emotional intelligence, which in Nigeria matters a lot. We are a very informal kind of people. You walk into a shop and the people who are minding the shop are laughing at the top of their lungs, cracking jokes with each other. It can be annoying sometimes because that's not what they're paid to come and do. But that's almost the default setting of most Nigerians. You get more out of your average Nigerian by being warm, friendly, and attentive. I don't regret it because, like I said, for my part, I do my work as best I could, and it always served me. But I saw people who were able to gain extra mileage by doing these other things, by being warm to the boss, by being friendly to the boss, by going to the boss's office to sit down and have a 5-minute conversation and just do some little bit of chit chat, sometimes by running errands. Now, I'm not talking just about the strict, government service kind of, I'm talking about workplace scenarios generally. And I'm not even insisting that it should be done. But you see, people who do those kinds of things are able to garner the boss's confidence more. The boss feels more respected. I know some bosses can be cruel. It's not those kinds of people. I'm talking about regular human beings, just everyday people who once in a while might seek a personal favor, which is outside your purview, which is outside your mandates. And you would be well within your rights to say, I'm sorry, I won't do that. It's not part of my job description. And a boss who respects himself will be like, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even have asked. But you know who will get extra mileage? That person who, goes ahead and does Oga that favor. It could be something as basic as, listen, the person who normally picks my children up from school has an emergency. I can't leave my desk right now. Could you please do me this huge favor? Quickly go to the school, pick my children up, drop them off at home and come back. Please, I need this favor. And you refuse because it's not part of your job description. And you are right in refusing. But you see that person who eventually agrees, because when you refuse, you'll ask somebody else who will fall all over themselves and do it properly. Now, because of these gray areas, I know that there are people who are cringing even as I'm saying this. How can a woman who claims to be a professional be saying things like this? I'm just telling you how it works. I'm telling you how it works. I'm telling you how people get favors coming their way. Because some of those favors that come their way are not part of, anything in the employment manual either. So you see them getting, days off that they ordinarily should not get. They go and leave and they need an extra 1 week and nobody is asking them to file in any paperwork. It's just one phone call to Oga and it's sorted out. You know why? They've succeeded in wangling they're wangling their way into Oga's kitchen cabinet. That's how it happens. So, interpersonal connection. If you're a lady, this is not about going to, spread your legs for the boss. That's not what I'm saying. Please don't get me wrong. But I'm saying that in every sphere of life that I've encountered, people who are able to get Oga's trust a bit more in that regard, they ultimately gain more. Whether it's in politics or in politics, you have all the money, you think you have your people in the village that are supporting you and everything. And then you don't know the route to the house of the owners of the party. You will not win any election. You will not win that election. I'm not even kidding. It's you could. To every rule, there's an exception. And I am the kind of person who avoids generalizations as much as I can. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, this entire talk, what I'm saying is, wherever you find yourself, no matter how good you are at your work, if you can wangle your way into Oga's kitchen cabinet, there are goodies waiting there for you. And all you need for that to happen is for Oga to know that he can trust you. And that sometimes you'll go out of your way for him. There will be times when Oga will also go out of his way for you. It sounds crazy, doesn't it? This is brass tacks. This is practical living, everyday living I'm talking about. So for those of you who turn your noses up at, that one is, oh, me, I cannot. Okay. That's okay. That's fine. I'm just saying that this is the reality. More goodies come the way of those who find their way into Oga's kitchen cabinet. And then again, it also depends on what you're looking for. If you don't want that much, that's okay. But if you're this person who wants so much more out of whatever it is you want to get, you must find your way into Oga's kitchen cabinet somehow. You should be that person that Oga relies on so much that at night, when, in fact, in any instance where he's stranded, he's picking up the phone and calling you first. Make yourself indispensable. Make yourself indispensable. It matters. In your career growth, it matters a lot, especially in an environment like Nigeria. Show that, you see, the thing is, success is not an overnight thing. It rarely is. Most of the people who seem to be an overnight success, if you see the years of pain and hardship that went into the glamour you see now, you might actually chicken out. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. So you need to be able and willing to pay your dues. Paying your dues goes beyond knowing how to do something very well and being highly skilled at it. What attitude are you bringing to the table? Are you one of these people who's very happy to sit down in the office and gossip your bosses? You know everything about his personal life because you've overheard the drivers gossiping and you spread the story around the office a little bit more. His wife comes to the office and, you greet her with scorn, in a scornful way, as if we be this one, she won't show herself. What's your business? Especially if it's a private firm. What's your business? Being pleasant to Oga's wife will score you extra points with Oga. Because with most marriages, you don't know the full story. So this is just me giving some tips, some weird tips, some of the weird things I've discovered about life. It's not so much about how highly skilled you are, how intelligent, how hardworking. At the end of the day, what interpersonal relationship or connection do you have with the Oga at the top? It matters. A lot. A lot.